It's been a hot minute. I've been trying to record this Pixel review for a while. I'm gonna be honest. This Pixel 7 is my favorite phone of 2023. I've switched between my Galaxy phone. I switched between Apple's, iPhone 14 Pro Max. And at the end of the day, this is the one I daily drive. I love this phone. I love everything about it. Now, there are some negatives. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. This is not your conventional review. This is not somebody who's going to be like showing you crazy shots and being like, hey, we're going to dive deep into everything. This is just an average consumer giving some feedback about why they like and don't like a product. So the next thing you guys are going to see on the screen is going to just be kind of like a little breakdown of what they offer at Google, what is up with the phone, like, spec wise, and then my opinion. So let's get started. All right, guys, we're going to be taking a look first at the store for Google and the Pixel 7 and what they're advertising. As of right now, they're showing that it's a 6.3 fast and responsive display. It's actually up to 90 hertz refresh, and it is IP68 water resistant with Gorilla Victus in the front and the back, meaning it can take on splashes, scratches, and a few dings and stuff. It does have a matte enclosure made from 100% recycled aluminum, which is great, and it is actually pretty bright outside. Now we're going to go through a few other things. We're talking about the Google Tensor G2 chip. It is amazing. It does run hot, like a little warm in the pocket, but it's a great chip. It's way better than what the 6 was, and it made me think twice on why I wanted to leave a premium flagship phone behind for a 7 over the Pro. Now, all day battery that can last 3 days. This is true. They have an adaptive battery and they have extreme battery saving. I recommend it. It's amazing and it will last all day. And everyone has told me so far when they hear me over the phone, they're surprised like how clear the sound is. They tell me all the time how they're impressed by how efficient this phone is. And that's just based off of what they're saying right over here where it says, you know, hear callers when they're in a noisy place. It's true. It actually filters out the noise and enhances their voice. It does make calls better. And now as we scroll down, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what they do for cameras. They advertise this whole Hollywood thing with cinematic blur, and the recording is amazing. I'll actually record from the front camera in a little bit to show you guys what that's like. Let's see. Yes, you can actually fit more people in the frame. You actually have a wider shot now. It's amazing. And let's go into the security. Now, they do have a built-in VPN. So, for those of you who don't know what that does, it protects your phone, it protects your identity, it keeps you safe, no matter if you're on an app or browsing. Particularly if you're traveling a lot and you're using the Wi-Fi at a hotel, that's not secure. If you're using Wi-Fi at an airport, again, you don't know who's trying to get in on these networks and steal your information. And Google offers a built-in VPN. Oh man, that had me and my whole family feeling secure, safer, and better with using the phone. Now, going into face unlock and fingerprint, I've found that the fingerprint is a little bit slower to unlock, but it is 100% better on there than my experience with most Android phones. And face unlock is pretty good, except at night. At night, it can be a little bad. But, that is what it is. But it is actually a great quality phone. Now let's go into more nit and grit. So this has a full HD OLED smooth display up to 90 hertz refresh rate. So what's the best way to put this for you guys to kind of get where I'm coming from there? So it's basically 1080p. It's not going to be 1440p like the Pro model. Pro model goes with an LTPO OLED smooth display. But here's the kicker, it's the cameras. The dual rear camera system. You have a wide lens and ultra wide lens. Yeah, with the Pro model, you get that triple rear camera, you get that telephoto lens, which is great. But I didn't feel like I was really missing out on much because I never really used a telephoto lens to begin with. Now, we do have the Google Tensor G2 chip and 8 gigs of RAM. Now, 8 gigs of RAM would sound like it's a lot, but it's really not. It's just the way that they efficiently use it that makes it worth it. And honestly, this phone has not lagged on me at all in the last year. So I could vouch for it being just a smooth experience overall. Battery life. We do have a 4,355 milliamp battery. Now, I will say that it is an amazing battery. There's nothing wrong with it. It does last all day. It does have that um, battery saving mode, which is perfect for in case of emergencies. You have fast wireless charging, and you have battery share. So whenever you need to use your Pixel Buds and recharge them, you absolutely can. All right, guys, now that we went over that, I'm actually going to take the headphones off. We're going to talk about why I love the Pixel 7. I chose the 7 over the Pro for many reasons, by the way. So let's start with the first one. I love the fact that I have Google Assistant. I have. Sorry, I was just afraid that the G word was going to set off the phone. I was like, no. But yeah, no. I love the Assistant. I love all the updates. I love call screening. Guys, if you've ever had call screening, it gets rid of all those annoying texts and calls and people who are just trying, well, not text, but calls. Every time somebody calls you and they're like, we're just trying to reach you to extend your car and no. Call screening eliminates that. I got spoiled by the actual ecosystem. Like what I get out of that is daily driving use. I use maps. That's right, I do. I use the text to speech to text, which is, by the way, the most amazing feature. You can sit there and just talk, and it'll read it out for you without a problem. It even adds the question marks, exclamation marks, in areas that you add emotion to what you're saying. That's incredible. Now, like I said, I've been trying to do this review all day. I've been back and forth. I was unsure of what to really tell you guys, but it's just the fact that I love it. Now, some takeaways that may be a little bit alarming. This is a huge upgrade, especially if you tried the 6 series. I tried the Pixel 6 Pro and I hated it. It was probably the worst feeling having that phone because it was buggy, it had issues, I didn't like it. But this 7 feels perfect. This is what their Gen 1 should have been. Like that's what it felt like. It was just a second shot at redemption and it was worth it. So, what I see and what I like right now about having the actual 7 series. Why did I go with the 7 and not the Pro? Flat screen. I don't like curved edges. Curved edges irk me. And you know what? I'm actually pretty cool with the fact that it's 1080p and 90 hertz refresh. Like, yes, 1440p is amazing. Yes, that macro camera is really good. But I never really use it day to day. And I never really find myself like desperately saying, oh man, this has to be 120 hertz. Because the average person isn't going to really let it bother them. Like, yeah, I can see the difference, but that's because I'm a tech reviewer. I love this stuff. Now, like I said, these are all the reasons why I love the 7 and why I chose it over the Pro. Flat screen, same setup, same chip, same everything. Yeah, it's got 8 gigs of RAM, not 12, but it doesn't affect my daily use. I use it for everything. Now, going back a little bit more into like talking about some of these things. What I don't like that it overheats very easily. Like it runs hot. Like I live in Florida. When I'm out daily driving this and I'm in the car, it gets hot. Like I will sit there and be like, "Ooh, this is too hot." Like put it right near the AC vent and be like, "Okay," and try to get it to cool down. But that's if I'm running, maps and I'm trying to get somewhere. When it's in my pocket, I don't really feel any heat thermal problems. It's actually pretty solid. But again, like I said, it does run hot. It can be a bother. And to me, it kind of has me concerned a little bit, but it does its job. Now, second reason why something I may not like about it, maybe the fact that it sometimes has a few bugs in it. Yeah, not a lot of bugs, but a few. I find the fingerprint scanner to be improved now, and I actually really am happy with the fact that like when it first started, I was noticing okay, it's a little glitchy, a little buggy when I first got the phone, and now it's corrected. So can't really say it's something bad, but in the beginning it was pretty a little slower compared to Samsung, but still good. So there's really nothing I can say that's negative about the phone. It's actually I use it for everything: recording, photos, editing. I use this all. I mean, right now at the time of recording, the Pixel Fold is the newest thing, and that's pretty cool. I mean, I would love to get my hands on one and just try it out, but I don't know. Financially, it's a little bit of a thing. I mean, $1,800 starting, nah, my cup of tea. But yeah. So what do I think about the Pixel 7? It is an amazing phone. I think that the 7 was better than the Pro. Pro has round edges, and I don't need the extra camera. So I was like, why would I spend the extra money? I don't see myself doing it. For anyone else that is out there looking for a 7 review and you stumble upon my page, I hope you can comment down below. Let me know why you want a 7. Let me know what you like about the 7 if you have one. Like I'm just so used to the ecosystem. I'm happy. I'm proud. I love using them. I always go back to a Pixel. At the end of the day, I go back to, I'm even using the watch. I just love the ecosystem and it works for me between documents, between searching, between maps, even RCS messaging. It's just, wow, it's perfect. So to me, I say, if you don't have one, you're on the fence, go get the 7. Yeah, the 7A is a little cheaper, same product basically, but the 7 just has a little bit of extra love to it. I've had it since its launch, and I never, ever, ever daily drove a phone this much and enjoyed it this much since maybe high school. So my takeaway, thank you for making a good product. Seriously, Google. You did it right. You did it right this time. And if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you guys want more reviews, let me know what you want me to review next. I'm always up for things. So, guys, have a good one. I'll see you on the next product review.